Hi guys, it's Gail with Gail's Southern Living. Today I'm participating in a collaboration hosted by Simply Jan Homestead called hashtag Healthy Meals 25. I believe I got the hashtag right. I'll have to double check that. But I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to make a fall type soup a little bit early, but I wanted to get in on this collaboration. And just as a reminder, I'm going to be doing a fall recipe series on my channel. They're all going to be in one playlist. I believe I'm going to put those out on Wednesdays, September, October, and November. And then for December, I'll have Christmas recipes. So I'm working ahead. I've already got 2 recipes ready for that. This one's going to be posted in August, but I'm going to go ahead and add it to the playlist because it is a fall recipe I found while I was looking for fall recipes to do for the fall. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. And please check out the playlist. I'll have it linked in the description box for all the other healthy meals recipes. There's some good ones. All right, we're ready to get started on this video. So a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. You could use avocado oil or whatever you want. That's just to be able to cook your vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat on. Okay, and then I'm gonna start cooking some vegetables so they'll be cooked when it's time to, for the soup, so it'll be nice and tender. So I'm going to start with a clove of garlic. This is an extra large clove of garlic because it was grown by me, so it's pretty massive. So these are the cute little cups my mom bought. Aren't they cute? All right, so I already have that chopped up. Let me go ahead and get the rest of that out of there. I want to make sure the garlic gets good and cooked. Okay, I'm going to lay this stuff here. All right, I also have 1 whole red onion, but you could use any color onion you want. Go ahead and get all that out of there. All right. And then I had put up some celery a while back, so that's already chopped. And so I'm going to go ahead and add that into the soup. I put it up for future recipes. And I'm going to saute that up for a little while. Let me go ahead and grab if you see something dangling, that's my earrings. All right, so we got the garlic, the onion, and the celery. We're going to caramelize that for a little bit. So I was looking for recipes for fall, and I came across this recipe, and Jan's collab was coming up, so I know this is probably more of an October-November thing. But I thought this was a good healthy meals recipe, so I wanted to include it in her collaboration. I'm going to go ahead and hashtag it Healthy Goals Wednesday as well because Heather and I are doing that collaboration. So I'll put it in my fall playlist and in my Healthy Goals Wednesday because this is a healthy recipe. All right, so we're going to turn that up and let that go for a little while, and I'll be back. All right. Next, I'm going to add in a 1/2 pound of hamburger meat, but you can do a whole pound if you have like a big family. But since it's just for the 2 of us, I'm just going to make a 1/2 pound of hamburger because that's usually the way I package up meats. And that's about a 4-ounce serving each. And there'll probably be enough of this left that hubby can have like a lunch. Maybe I can have a lunch out of it. And if there's too much left, I can even freeze some, to put up for other lunches or maybe even freeze some for a future meal, like meal prep. Because it seems like it's going to make a bunch. But that's just my opinion. I kind of get this browned. And then once I get the meat browned, I'm going to drain out the meat grease, and then I'll start adding in some more ingredients, and then I'm going to let it kind of slow cook for a while, and I'm just going to be checking like the seasonings to see what it needs. This is a brand new recipe for me. I just happened to find it looking around for fall recipes. A little too early for soup, I'm sure, but hopefully hubby won't complain about the soup in August. But I'm going to include it in my fall recipes. Okay. And let that keep cooking, and I'll be back. All right, next I'm going to start adding in some of my liquid so it can cook the other vegetables that I'm going to put in it. So I'm going to do a whole container of chicken broth, and this is a 32 ounce. So that's why I said this will probably make more than one meal worth of soup. So 1 ounce chicken broth. And then we got some more liquid. We're also going to add a can of coconut milk. So this will probably make it thick. May even give it a slight sweetness. I'm not completely sure about that. Like I said, I've not tried it before. I'm going to stir that in. Now, soup is one of those things I keep trying and adding. I get myself some taster spoons and I kind of try it and add different things. So this recipe did not actually call for any seasonings, but I thought it needed some seasonings. I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm also going to add in 2 chopped carrots. They're chopped pretty small because I want them to cook kind of fast. I just need it done by the time hubby gets home. Then I chopped up a half of a butternut squash into 1-inch pieces, and there's a few that are smaller. I thought it might become part of the broth. So I'm going to let that cook for a while. Ooh, how colorful does that look, guys? Can y'all see how colorful that is? I think I'm going to take this off the tripod so you guys can see how colorful this is. Look how pretty and colorful that is. Doesn't that look like a fall soup? Ooh. Gail's ready for fall, even though it's not fall yet. Gail's totally ready for fall. I'll bring you back for the next ingredient. Okay, for the last ingredient, I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. I'm sorry, not the last ingredient, second to last. I actually just spilled heavy cream all over my stove. Isn't that lovely? All right, the very last ingredient is the kale. So I did cut the hearts out of the kale so it didn't have those big hard pieces like you would have on broccoli. And I washed it really good with warm water, really thoroughly. And that is going to cook down. So that's the last ingredient that you would add would be the kale. And then you're just going to let that cook down. And I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. I think this soup would be really good with chicken in it, or turkey, or even ham. You could even replace the kale for spinach, or even add in potatoes. So you can move the ingredients around. This is a very versatile recipe. The heavy cream was not in the original recipe, so I just thought it would make it creamier, and it did. It totally made it creamier. You could even do a beef broth instead of a chicken broth. So many ways you could make this way versatile. So it's a beautiful fall soup, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Look how beautiful and colorful that is. So the carrots and the butternut squash are both cooked. I just added in the kale. I'll just wait for that to cook down until hubby gets home, and the soup will be ready. Thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys. Bye, everybody.